information, can't honor detainers, can't let ICE do the job the law requires. So agents have to go into neighborhoods and workplaces to find people they already should have met in custody. And when that happens, the same politicians who caused the problem run to the cameras and call it cruelty. That's not oppression. That's obstruction. Trump's not militarizing the streets. And I dare any of you to call in to say it. He's cleaning up the mess they made by refusing to enforce the law. He sends the National Guard to protect federal officers and facilities from violence, not to terrorize families. He uses power to preserve order, not to destroy it. That's what the left can't stand. He proves that strength and legality can coexist, that compassion doesn't mean chaos, that justice doesn't require surrender. So to everyone chanting no kings, I've got news for you. We remember who ruled us last time. We remember the fear, the arrows, the empty classrooms, the glass between families. We remember who turned law into suggestion and power into privilege. And we're not doing it ever again. The age of fake kings is over. The age of accountable leadership has begun. And the people, not the politicians, will decide how this story ends. Because the story isn't over. We're still here. We're still standing. We've seen what happens when fear governs. And we've learned that courage is contagious. They can mock. They can march. They can scream no kings until their voices crack. But the truth is rising faster than their lies can cover it. America still belongs to the people. It still belongs to the builder, the nurse, the officer, the teacher, the father, the mother, the dreamer, the forgotten. It belongs to those who rise early, work hard, and refuse to kneel to men who call themselves masters. The light is coming back. The spine of this nation is still strong. And the fire that once made America free will not go out again. Because we are done bowing to crowns that never earned their thrones. We are done letting fear speak louder than faith. We are done letting kings rule a free people. The people will lead now. The people will build now. And by the grace of Almighty God, the people will rise again. And finally, to my Christian brothers and sisters, I'm speaking directly to you. Hear me. No kings mean just that, no kings. Yet you claim to serve the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. How can you chant no kings and still kneel before the cross? How can you stand in rallies that reject authority while claiming to follow the one who holds all authority in his hand? You cannot serve two masters. You cannot denounce kings and worship the eternal king. The world may reject him, but the church cannot join their chorus. If there was a time to stand apart, it is now. Because when the world says no kings, we say Christ reigns. When they bow to government, we bow to God. And when they call rebellion freedom, we call obedience liberty. So let them shout, let them rage, let them march. We will not curse our king. We will not silence our faith. And we will not surrender the crown that belongs only to Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Because there are no kings but one, and he still sits on the throne. Marianne.
Hello.
Hello, Marianne.
You know, I had so much to say, but after listening to you just now, that was by far the best thing that anyone could have said against these fools that don't know which end is up. That was great. It truly was. But what I'm going to say is no comparison as good as yours. It wasn't.
That's okay, Marianne. You get what you have to say is important too.
Okay. I had to go into Wheaton today, not on a happy zone. I had to go to a wake. Going down Roosevelt Road in snooty Wheaton, you can't imagine the people, the silly, stupid people on the corners. I couldn't believe it. I really was shocked.
Yeah.
I truly was. And they had the audacity to, some of them, carry the American flag. That really upset me. That really did. Because if they believed in that flag, they wouldn't be on that corner the way they are.
Amen.
So, John Anthony, I am so thrilled to talk with you. but I'm going to let you get to the rest of them. And I would love to have a copy, if you could text it, of what you just said.
Yes.
It was just fantastic.
I'll send it to you. Thank you, Mary Ann.
you.
I appreciate the call. Mike from the show sheet. What's up, brother?
John,
What's up?
as usual, you were on point. The insanity during COVID was insane. Remember when we couldn't even watch a baseball game in an outdoor stadium?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
And the cops chased down elderly women standing in line at a church outside. Unbelievable. But there's another point worth mentioning, too, and I appreciate you taking my call. We just saw a Chicago alderman pass on his seat to his kid.
Yeah. Yes.
And with nary a peep from the No Kings crowd.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I mean, the insanity and the hypocrisy are off the chart.
Hey, Mike, we just saw Hamas gun down 20 people, and as Bill Maher, you got to hear it from how Bill Maher breaks it down.
Have you noticed that now that Hamas has taken over again, they're what?
Shooting everybody.
Shooting everybody. Where are the protesters? Suddenly, the keffiyeh-wearing college kids are very
can't be found. Yeah, can't be found anywhere.
This is okay. It's just amazing the asymmetry of what goes on.
Mike, no, where are the protesters? Where are they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's I don't get it, and the part that's especially is insane is that I look at these crowds and we're seeing all of these, to be honest, all of these leftists from the North Shore descending into Chicago.
Yeah.
To complain about Donald Trump, and they have nothing to say about the incompetent leadership in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois.
Hey, well, here's my question to you, Mike. Every time, now, this shows the difference. Every time the courts have told Trump to stop something, what has he done?
He stopped it.
What would a king do?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Exactly.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the call, my brother.
Thank you, John.
All right. Jim, it'll be a minute. I don't want to do you a disservice by not giving you a full minute. I really wouldn't want to do that. So I'm going to take your call on the other side of the break. I got to come out of this hoodie now because I think I worked up a little sweat. But remember, guys, go back to my Black and White Radio. What is it, Paul, again? Black and White? I can't seem to find the actual link of where to find it. I guess just look up Black and White Radio, AM 560. Black and White Radio 560 on YouTube. It's back. Maybe we need to go on the old one and tell people simply say, hey, come over. We've moved. We've moved back to the other, change your bookmark, I should say. Thank you, Blake Moore. Yeah, I'm fired up and I'm ready to go, guys. You know why I'm so fired up and I'm so ready to go? Because you see the lies that are being perpetrated out there. And we need truth tellers to be willing to stand and continue to expose this for what it truly is. A complete and utter lie. This is not about democracy. It's not. And they know it. I'll take your calls. 312-642-5600. We'll be right back.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Aid for Women, Breakthrough Ideas, and by Attorney Stephen A. Leahy at Opum Tax Advocates.
I'm Daria Albinger. It's a No Kings Day across the country. Protesters holding anti-Trump rallies in many cities. Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders at an event in D.C.
When the founders stood up to King George, they were told it was impossible. But they won.
Many Republicans are calling them Hate America protests. The Trump administration is intensifying its focus on immigration enforcement, especially in big cities like Los Angeles and D.C. Border Patrol Chief Ron Vitiello.
It's 100% different. There's about a 94% decrease in the number of people who are trying to cross the border illegally every day. So that's almost a 100% increase in the capability that the agents bring to the border.
America is listening to Fox News.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gave Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Ben, why are you wearing a lab coat?
I'm conducting a highly sensitive experiment, Arvid.
Here, at Penny Mustard.
Obviously, Nicole.
What's going on?
We've seen a significant uptick in the number of gasping customers.
Gasping?
I've isolated the gasping to this 12-foot radius.
Well, of course. This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
The Joni sofa's sophisticrafted fortress frame construction makes it as strong as a tank.
When you pair it with our high-quality foam and hundreds of fabric and leather options, you get an incredibly durable, yet surprisingly supple sofa.
Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious.
Come see the Joni sofa, American-made with Fortress hardwood frame, ultra-high-density cushions, and hundreds of fabric and leather options, starting at $19.13 at Penny Mustard.
7 Chicagoland showrooms.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishings.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
The following advertisement includes a celebrity impersonation.
You know, nothing beats the comfort of a perfectly heated home.
And when it comes to heating your home, Air Right Heating and Cooling does it the best.
And they love our country. Beautiful people.
Air Right Heating and Cooling is fast. When your furnace breaks down, they'll fix it right away.
Just like that. Big time results. No waiting around. You get the job done right. And let's face it, who doesn't love being warm, right? It's beautiful. When it's freezing, I crank up that amazing furnace. Burn, baby, burn. Trust me, you'll say, wow, I've never felt this warm in my life.
If you like keeping your hard-earned money, then contact Air Right Heating and Cooling. Tell them AM 560 sent you, and right now you'll receive $56 off any service.
Unbelievable.
Visit Air Right Heating and Cooling today at AIR-RITE.com. Again, that's AIR-RITE.com. Air Right Heating and Cooling. Doing it right since 1959.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up.
Welcome back to Black and Right. AM 560, 92.7 FM, AM 1400, Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I know the last 2 weeks I've sounded kind of kind of preachy, but we got a country to save. Yes, I wore my Trump Vans and my Make America Great black and gold edition today. Jim, South Elgin.
Well, you're on fire today, my friend.
Yes. I'm
Well,
tired,
good,
man. I'm tired of this stupidity.
Well, you're absolutely right. The big problem, of course, is the press. Just remember, after a month or two, when DeSantis decided to open things up because he'd been hearing all these different stories, and so he wanted to hear from the public. For example, one of my patients said, my cousin was in Florida with her boyfriend, went to take the test, and the line was too long, so they went home, and they got a phone call saying they were tested positive, and they never took the test. And she said, I'm so PO'd, and this is the kind of fraud that was going on. And, of course, all these deaths are because of COVID. Well, they died with COVID, not because of COVID. And this is the whole thing with the media and how the censorship of Facebook and all these other media people were doing to us, against us.
Yeah.
And, of course, now that Trump's on, they've all fessed up. So Facebook is now actually pretty good because it's censoring things. But in my case, my mother, she got a stroke during that time. And the way they treated patients, they kept them locked up like rats. And as a result of that, my mother lost her will to live.
Yeah, you remember Mark? You remember Mark Weimermuller having to meet, go and see his mother through the window?
The same thing with my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think had she been able to rehab normally like they did before, I think she would have wanted to live some more. But she just checked out right before she's 90.
And so many people did that, Jim. So many.
Absolutely.
And that's why I have no time for this no king nonsense. And I don't
I just sent right back. I say he's the king of peace.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate the call.
Thank you. Good.
All right. Verlon, what's up, brother?
Aren't you tired of all of these fads? I can't even get into this to even be mad. You had Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah.
You had the Tea Party. The Tea Party.
The pink hats.
Even though they were on our side, what were they for? Low taxes? Grover North, of course, was doing that back in the 90s. So, all of these fads, man, I don't even care. Honestly, I don't.
Did you hear me? Interview him on Friday, Grover?
Oh,
I interviewed him
No,
Friday.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Look, man, after I got off work, I texted you. I told you I was going to drink a 12-pack. I drunk. Man, look, I couldn't wake up, man. I wanted to call you. I couldn't wake up at all, man. I needed that rest. I don't sleep.
Yeah.
I needed it. But really, man, it's so hard for me to get into this. It's gonna be here and gone in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Look, people know what they did to us during COVID. That's why they voted for Trump overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
They're not gonna vote for the Democrats. The Democrats are trying to catch a fire, and it's all wet. It's all wet. It's like trying to strike a match in the rain. It's not going to be able to do it, man. It's over. Don't worry about it. We good.
Yeah. No. See, that's that you can never say don't worry about anything, because at any given moment, anything can happen, Verlon. And that's the problem with Republicans. That's the problem with conservatives. We get one victory and then we lax. Why do you think? Wait, hold on. Why do you think? Hold on. Why do you think the Second Amendment has been under such assault? Because we get victories and then we won. Yeah.
You know what?
You can't rest on your laurels.
I'm so beyond arguing about that. I'm gonna tell you like this, and Sean's been telling me this for years, and I'm with him now. Look, if people are dumb enough to vote for them after what we just went through, let them. You get what you deserve. It's time for the breaking point anyway. It's time for secession. I'm there now, man. It's time for secession. Not a soft secession. Not like what some people on the left are saying. We are going through a soft secession, and not a financial secession like Sean talks about. No, a hard secession. It's time for the vote. It's time for the politicians to get off their ass and vote for a secession. It's over and done with, man.
That'll never happen.
It's time. I know.
We got too many weak, no spine people. That'll never happen, Verlon.
Well, I know. Listen, I used to argue about Sean about this even till the other week. I said, listen, both sides will rather rule half of the chaos, because guess what? If you're the president of half the country, you got half the power. If you're president of the whole country, you got all the power, whether half the country hates you or not. You still got the power of taxation. You get to tax everybody, whether half the country wants you to tax them or not.
The president doesn't have that power. Congress has that power.
Well,
taxation.
What I'm saying is, the state senators, the reps, you still get to cast a vote over everybody. You still have the power over everybody, make laws for for everybody. Why would you give up that for half the power?
Yeah.
You just won't.
That's true, Valon. Thanks, brother.
All right, take it easy.
All right. Bye. Let's go. No, Mitchell, I'm gonna wait till we come back from break because we're on hard breaks because remember when I was just here in Chicago, I could extend time out, but now that I'm in Detroit as well, I can't. Everything is strict. If I continue out, Paul will yell and come in here. Paul, you'll probably drag me out of here probably because you wouldn't want to hear from Eric. But I have to be like on point now with my breaks here until after on the third hour, the 6 to 7. I don't have to worry about that. I can extend out the times. But Mitchell, Al, Antonio, hold the line. You're listening to Black and White. Guys, give us a call, 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. If you were at a No Kings rally, give us a call. If you are in support of No Kings rally, give us a call as well. We'll be right back.
Our veterans are our heroes. They answered the call to defend our freedom, putting their lives on the line for our nation. But today, thousands of those brave men and women are facing something no hero should ever face: food insecurity. That's where Farm to Veteran comes in. Through the Fulcrum Farm Foundation, this remarkable organization delivers farm-fresh, nutritious food directly to veterans in need through veteran services and organizations. From greenhouse-grown produce to eggs, they're ensuring our heroes have access to the high-quality food they deserve. But Farm to Veteran can't do it alone. They need our help. Your financial contribution directly supports their mission to feed more veterans across their growing network of partner farms nationwide. And there's another way you can make a difference. Join them at their upcoming community events. Visit farmtoveteran.com today. That's veteran.com to donate or learn about events near you. Because those who served our country shouldn't have to wonder where their next meal is coming from. Let's stand with those who stood for us. That's veteran.com.
Senior Engineer, Worksite, SNC Electric, 6601 North Ridge Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60626. Wage, $124,960 to $187,440. Mail a CV to Jennifer Bermudez, SNC Electric Company, 1001 Marina Village Parkway, Suite number 400, Alameda, California, 94501. Or email jennifer.bermudez@snc.com.
Our local hospitals are the heartbeat of our communities, delivering critical care every hour of every day for everyone, training the next generation of caregivers. Beyond the walls, their benefit to the community is everywhere, driving the local economy and supporting local organizations, initiatives, and neighbors. Illinois Hospitals, healing communities. Learn more at team-iha.org. Sponsored by the Illinois Health and Hospital Association. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gabe Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Was it something I said? Why did the phone lines blow up, Paul? Was it something I said? Marty, State Representative Marty McLaughlin. Welcome, my brother. Oh, I can't talk now. I started off with that monologue, and now I can't talk, Rep.
Yeah, you were on fire, my friend. I was just driving to a hardware store, and I loved it. I didn't see any protesters, but I heard there were Elvis impersonators all over the place, and there were a bunch of sociology majors chasing them, swinging NPR tote bags full of cat hair. But I don't have that from the front lines. But yeah, a lot of Elvis impersonators at these No Kings rallies today.
I love it. So it was you that posted it, and I shared it about all of the kings,
yeah.
the Burger King.
Yeah, listen, Billie Jean King. I mean, come on, Gail King, our new astronaut. What are we going to do without all these kings? We're going to have all kinds of trouble.
Oh. I want to thank you for filling in too. Leading the show is not easy, is it, Rep?
No, it was a lot of fun though. I mean, when you got Chris Miller in the room, that man has, because he's got that twang, John. People think he's not smart. That man's talking about the velocity of money, commodities markets. He's talking about what energy inputs are to manufacturing. Don't underestimate a good, smart 50-year businessman farmer. Chris Miller is a smart man.
Oh, I definitely know he's smart. I love him to pieces. I remember when they tried to come after him, the 3%, I stood up and I had him on the show and I told him that I support him. I know the Miller family are some of the most gracious, most loving people. Congresswoman Mary Miller and Chris Miller are the salt of the earth. I know this. They didn't have. I had nothing to offer them, and they welcomed me, brother. I love them.
Tease them. I tease them all the time. I call them double dippers.
Yeah.
Right. He's getting paid by the state. She's getting paid by the federal government. And Chris looks at me. He gets a little red in the face, and he says, "Well, what they put us through, we can't do this for free." But hey, we had all kinds of fun stuff last week in veto session.
Yeah.
We had all these resolutions that didn't do anything. And I felt like putting all of my Democrat friends in buses and shipping them to Congress because all they wanted to talk about were federal issues. And, meanwhile, I'm filing bills to get manufacturing businesses credits. I filed a bill to make sure that no portrait flies from any Speaker of the House who is committed of a felony. Yeah. So I expect 117 of my state reps, including those 19 anti-Madiganites, to join me in that. So, hey, anti-corruption, pro-business, low property tax. That's what I was doing while these fools were arguing about federal issues on the floor.
Rep. Marty, I saw and I shared Representative Nicole Laha, and she was talking about how she's received death threats. Were there people really laughing as she was talking about something as serious as that?
What was worse is during and that's as bad as it gets, but let me put it on par. When there was a resolution for Charlie Kirk, more than half of the other side of the room wasn't paying attention, was just sitting there complete. And, whenever we do a death resolution,
everybody
no matter
stands.
Whether you agree or don't agree, everybody stands just out of the decorum. Yeah, it's gotten so bad down there, John. And then, of course, I don't know, I think it was LaShawn Ford came up and equated Charlie Kirk to what was his name, George Floyd, immediately after. So it's farcical, and it is a disconnect from what really people want in this state, which is a return to reasonable. We have got some crazies down there, and
Rep, I wanted to bring up something. Representative C.D. Davidsmeyer, I sent him a message, and we tease each other back and forth. But he introduced a bill to is it to do away with the Trust Act, or is it to? Have you heard about his bill about the Trust Act?
Yeah, I signed on to it. My understanding is it is to do away with the Trust Act, because for anyone, and I love the names of these bills, they never do what they're named.
Safety.
The Trust Act essentially allows police departments not to coordinate or support federal agencies. And we had this thing called the Civil War a few years ago, and the Supremacy Clause. There are some really uneducated state reps down there. And I was going to text you earlier. If you mentioned democracy one more time, I was going to drive down to the studio and remind you, sir, we are a constitutional republic.
I believe that.
We are not a democracy. We've never been one. And, Ben Franklin said, we're a constitutional republic if we can keep it. And that protects, some kids asked me at Wakanda High School, what's the difference? And I said, well, if you got 25 Bear fans in a room and one Packer fan, a Constitution protects that Packer fan from eating lunch at the lunch table versus the majority telling him you can't eat lunch. I go, it protects the minority. The Constitution protects our rights. Yeah. So when people say we're a democracy, oh man, that drives me absolutely crazy.
No. I was making fun of their use of the word democracy because listen. I'm going to tell you something.
I know you know. I know. I mean, you've seen Hamilton the musical. I know. I've seen it.
But no, I always call for they want the death of democracy. Yes, I do. I want to see democracy die. I want to see the republic restored, Representative, because it's in the representative form of government where we thrived as a nation.
Yep, and it's just amazing to me the people who don't know basic civics, and I believe that's out of the public school system intentionally, that it is to tell people it's a democracy, to tell everyone that, if you've got a majority, you get to dominate and be a tyrant to the rest of the population. That's never been that way here in the United States. This idea of getting rid of the 60-vote majority in the Senate, if that ever happens, John, hold on to your hat, because that is specifically to make sure that we don't have simple majority driving policies in this country.
Well, imagine what would have happened in the last 4 years if they had it when they had the 50-51 and the vice president had to come in and break the tie. Imagine we would have seen the remake of the Supreme Court. Everything would have been done. Because these were the people that were there. Yeah.
Well, listen, I just want to make sure Elvis isn't injured at the No Kings rally today. So if you see anybody swinging NPR bags, duck your head, John.
Representative Marty McLaughlin, thanks so much for joining us, man. I appreciate it.
Keep up.
Guys, I'm going to take your calls when we get back.
Don't put your blame on me.
If you need custom boxes and crates, expert packing and crating, import-export transloading with heavy lift capability, the DC Group delivers. It all started 51 years ago with DC Export and Domestic Packing, the hard work of founders Dominic and Carol Cochamiglio. Their family's desire to exceed customer expectations, backed by an incredible team and loyal customers, is now driving expansion. From their humble roots in a garage-sized building to 100,000 square feet in the Chicago area, 45,000 in Greenville, and a new Houston facility, they're coast to coast. And their sister company, DC Transport, handles everything from container drayage to super heavy haul loads across North America since 1991. Whether it's packing and crating, transloading, transportation service, or trade shows, the DC Group delivers. Those that attended FabTech 2025, we'd love to hear from you. Get your quote now at dcexport.com. That's dcexport.com, your trusted logistics partner.
Guys, don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. Now, I think it was Tim from Plainfield who was at a No Kings rally. Tim, welcome to Black and Right.
John, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing well. So I come to you from Plainfield, Illinois. I was at the Joliet No Kings rally. We were a small counter protest. I was just driving through, and I saw a couple guys sitting out there across the street from the main protest with a flag that said, "Jesus is King." And so I had to stop, and I had to help them proclaim the gospel because Jesus is King.
Amen.
And the thing about it was that struck me the most was there were people driving by, screaming and hollering, screeching at us for standing there just saying Jesus was King. We had no Trump gear, no nothing, plain clothes. We just had a couple megaphones, flag that said Jesus is King, 6-foot-tall cross, and I brought a trumpet out, and I was playing hymns at the crowd across the street. And it was the best counter protest I could have ever asked for.
Amen. Thank you, Tim. Really appreciate that you were there. Thank you. I live in Joliet, so thank you.
Oh yes, you do. I know. So,
all right.
So, it was a good time, and it was a strange thing to see. I have to share this with you though. Is that as soon as the time came for the crowd to disperse. The organizers decided it was time the protest was done. The buses rolled up to the Joliet Mall, and then the crowd dispersed. It was the strangest thing in the world.
And it happened like that across the country, though. It's like they all just dispersed at once. I've seen Blakemore put an article in there that was basically saying at exactly 1 p.m., all the No King protesters in Times Square immediately dispersed, totally normal and definitely not astroturfed.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate the call, my brother.
All right, John. Have a good one.
You too, brother. All right, let's go to Big Al. What's up, Big Al?
Hey, I have a couple of questions real quick. Now, how long do you think this shutdown will last? And if it goes into the witching hours of Thanksgiving, will the Republicans lose support? And if Trump concedes, would this be a bigger Trump for the people?
That's a good question. But I think the Democrats are going to get hurt more from this because of if the Republicans do a better job of communicating why we're at this crossroads. I do believe the Democrats are going to hurt more because I actually went through and read through their bill. Do they want to give $300 and something or $400 some million to what's the NPR? They want to give all the. I'll play the audio in the next hour as to what they're trying to give, what they've put into their continuing resolution. And I think people are wise enough to know 53 Republicans voting for it. All they need is 7 Democrats to make it happen. 13 times Biden had a continuing resolution and Republicans got it through. If the Republicans do a good job of communicating this, the Democrats lose.
Okay.
I do. Thanks, Mike. Big Al. Antonio.
Mr. Anthony, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
I'm going to cheer you up, buddy. And by the way, Big Al, all we need is more sombreros. Don't worry, the Democrats will fold. All right? More sombreros on them. But you know what, this No Kings thing, you know what I love about it? Trump, and I said this on the show a couple months ago. Remember when Trump sent the National Guard in L.A. and he destroyed their 2020 BLM riot and everything? They can't do it anymore. So now they're trying these No Kings BS stuff. It really means nothing. It is nothing. Tomorrow, Monday, you know what? Tuesday, the government will open up, by the way, Big Al, because now Schumer went to his No Kings thing. But it's inconsequential. They're defeated. Trump defeated them. They can't riot.
He broke them. He broke them, Antonio. He didn't just defeat them. They're broken right now.
But here's the quick point to Verlon. What Verlon was saying. Talk about secession. Two states in the United States already declared secession, California and Illinois, deciding they're no longer part of the Union.
All right, we got to go. We got to go. Sorry, Antonio. We'll be right back.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
Protests across the nation. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. The demonstrators taking part in anti-Trump No Kings rallies. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in D.C.
How do I know that we will succeed? Take a look at this huge crowd right here in our nation's capital.
Some of the crowds are said to be in the hundreds of thousands. New York City police say a rally in New York, at least 100,000. Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin on Fox Saturday in America says the protesters are wrong about the president.
He's ended 8 wars. He's brought home the hostages in Israel, and yet you still see signs out there that says Free Palestine. I mean, are you kidding? You can't make this stuff up. What are you exactly protesting other than your hatred towards President Trump?
Many members of the group are calling the rallies I Hate America rallies. The Marine Corps is 250 years old this year. Vice President Vance, who served in the Corps, and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth attended a celebration at Camp Pendleton.
The Marines will be showing off all the equipment at their disposal by land, air, and sea. There's going to be an amphibious drill as well as a live fire demonstration. And it is that firing of live artillery that is becoming a bit of a controversy. There's been a bit of a back and forth between California Governor Gavin Newsom and the federal government about shutting down the highway due to safety concerns. And now we are learning that section of Interstate 5 is in fact shut down. Governor Newsom put out a statement saying in part, firing live rounds over a busy highway isn't wrong. It's dangerous. Using our military to intimidate people you disagree with isn't strength. It's reckless, it's disrespectful, and it's beneath the office he holds.
That's Fox's Jeff Paul. Iran-backed Houthi rebels raided a UN facility in Sana'a. All staff are reported safe. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be breezy and cooler with rain and a thunderstorm, possibly causing ponding on roads. The low will be 50. Sunday will bring windy and cooler conditions with morning rain giving way to clouds and sun later. Watch for gusty winds moving unsecured items. The high will reach 61. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
This is Alistair Begg, inviting you to sail with me next September 5th through the 12th, 2026, on the Deeper Faith Norwegian Fjords cruise. If you've never been to this picturesque part of the world, the sights are magnificent, and the glacier-carved cliffs demonstrate the grandeur of God's creative handiwork. Throughout the journey, I'll be teaching from the Bible. Together we'll learn from the Scriptures, enjoy a week of fellowship and worship, and stop at several ports where we'll stroll through quaint Nordic villages. This is an opportunity to explore scenes you won't soon forget, all while forming new friendships with fellow believers from around the world. Cabins are limited, so call today at 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. I hope to see you on board.
Book today at 560theanswer.com/deeperfaith.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 312-827-6261. That's 312-827-6261. 312-827-6261.
For decades, Dennis Prager shared his wisdom with listeners around the world through his lectures, courses, interviews, and debates. Now, for the first time, the collective wisdom of Dennis Prager is being made available as a podcast. Listen to Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager, with new episodes released for a limited time only as a podcast. Subscribe for free today at DennisPrager.com. That's Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager, exclusively at DennisPrager.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed. and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Black and White Radio on AM 560 Chicago, 92.7 FM and AM 1400 Detroit, Michigan. I said I'd play the audio and then we go to the calls of what's inside the continuing resolution.
And they would send $500 million to liberal news outlets by refunding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It would also restore up to $5 billion of American taxpayer funds for wasteful spending for international projects. Here's a couple of examples. This is in their legislation, their counterproposal on the CR to keep the lights open. This is what they want to do. They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million for LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Western Balkans. They want to spend $2.9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa. And $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. We are not doing that.
So, there you go, Antonio Timothy Mitchell.
Hey, what's up there, John? The hardest person in radio.
Hey, what's up?
Having the Detroit Rock City, and of course, your famous town that you live in. That's so cool. What I wanted to tell you is that, during all this manufacturing consent on the left, we're not seeing the big picture, which is Kamala Harris on her book tour is telling everybody, now get this, that the election of 2024 between her and Trump was the closest election in American history. Now, I say to her, okay, and she's in an altered state. She's obviously 3 sheets to the wind. And nobody, in this crowd, challenges her. So I would say, hey, Kamala, this Babbitt-Garrels idiot, excuse me, you mean to tell me that the 2024 election was more closer than the 2000 election between Gore and Bush, where it was decided by 37 votes in a pretty swing state in Florida? Huh? Of course not. What about the Nixon and Kennedy in 1960? It came down to the wire. It took Daley, who basically took thousands of ballot harvest votes that came from dead people from Cicero to get Kennedy over the line in the early part of the morning, as they called it. But no, Kamala Harris has the temerity, right? And she says it with this goofy look, who are her writers? What's hysterical that shows you, John, and I want to tell your audience how vapidly stupid the Democrats are. The radical, because anyone who studied 8th grade, U.S. history would know this is a complete ruse. Yeah. I mean, do you hear what I'm saying here, Daniel? This is the dumbest person I've ever. I tell people I trust humanity. When I was watching Kamala Harris during the 2020 Democratic primary, by the way, she was the first one to drop out. In 2020, against Biden, you needed to get 1,991 delegates. You know what she got? None. That tells you that fellow Democrats had zero confidence in this idiot. I mean, John, it's the crutch of the illiterate on steroids. It's just ridiculous.
So true.
I don't know what we're yelling about.
Thanks, Mitchell. That's so funny. But Ben Shapiro, I know a lot of people don't like Ben Shapiro, but he was spot on right here.
You're being lied to about the government shutdown. Here's the actual story. Something like $20 billion. That's the cost per year of healthcare for illegal immigrants in the country. The Vice President of the United States explained one of the big sticking points here is Democrats want funding for healthcare for illegal immigrants. And the One Big Beautiful Bill made a provision, and it basically said Medicaid dollars, they can't go to the states, and then the states shift those dollars around. They use them for certain things, and effectively speaking, those dollars end up used for illegal immigrants. And so the One Big Beautiful Bill made a specific provision that banned healthcare for illegal immigrants. Democrats are now attempting to undo that, and more honest Democrats will admit they're attempting to undo that. Now, listen, this is a country of Americans. America is a place that requires American citizens to be taken care of first. Federal taxpayer dollars obviously should not be used for illegal immigrant health care.
And let me explain something. I played this on my Detroit Morning Answer show, not the Ben Shapiro, but the former Michigan Congressman Peter Meijer. Listen to the sticking point that the Democrats are defending, and you don't see Republicans out there defending this position. One of the key points that they're saying that they want passed is something that Obama couldn't get through, Biden administration couldn't get through. When they had everybody, when they had all three chambers in Barack's time, I mean, more so Biden, they couldn't get this provision through. And Congressman Peter Meijer explains it.
I don't think this is good for the Democrats. I mean, you have Donald Trump negotiating Mideast peace and flying to Egypt to oversee an agreement between Hamas and Israel. And meanwhile, Chuck Schumer is parading around the Senate, trying to stage a photo op. I mean, the split screen between actual governance of the Trump administration and just a Senate Democrats trying to figure out their message, right? Senator Van Hollen pointed out, or he called the expiring Obamacare subsidies a ticking time bomb the Republicans planted. They were introduced in ARPA, the American Rescue Plan, in 2021. I know, I was in Congress. We all voted against it on the Republican side. That was a Democrat budget reconciliation bill. It got to the Senate, and it needed 50 Senate votes. They talked about making it permanent, could not get unified Democratic support to make it permanent. It came up again in the Inflation Reduction Act. They kicked a can down the road. Again, solely Democrats voting in support of this could not get Democrats to agree to make these permanent. And now somehow, years later, it's the Republicans that are the sticking point. You were right in March, sir. Chuck Schumer should just continue to reopen the government. And right now, Donald Trump is having to take tariff revenue to support food stamp and WIC programs. He's reallocating budgets within DOD so that troops are getting paid. He's actually doing work, and Democrats are still figuring out their message.
Okay, the comms for Mike Johnson, the comms for Thune, the comms for the White House. Where are you on this? Why isn't this plastered and blasted everywhere? Please explain to me. They couldn't get this through, and now they want to hold up the government for this provision? And they couldn't even get it through. What the heck? I know it just burns me up. Glenn from Orlando.
Yeah. Hey, John Anthony. When these No King protesters talk, I ask them a couple questions. Number one, when Joe Biden dropped out of the race, Kamala Harris was installed.
Yes.
Without one vote. Without one vote. No. So how do you account for that? And then the second thing is, how do you account for some of the state ballots where they took Trump off the ballot and it was reversed by the Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Why would you take a candidate off the ballot? Tell me who's trying to run us as a kingdom and who isn't.
Yeah.
So
they are. I wish I could find that AOC clip where she basically told Biden to ignore the Supreme Court ruling. Has Trump ignored any court rulings, Glenn?
No.
Name one court ruling he's ignored.
But you know who the best candidates for the Democrats are going to be? Kamala Harris and AOC. Kamala for president, AOC for VP.
Oh, please.
Run that ticket and let's see what happens.
Oh, please run that ticket. Please run that ticket.
Please.
No.
Please.
I got a better one for you. Zothran Mandami and AOC, or AOC and Mandami.
Oh.
Look, put Mandami, because mayors, we know he's going to be the mayor. They thought so highly of Pete Buttigieg as a mayor. I mean, so I guess mayors can now run for president. Can you imagine Zothran? But he wasn't born here, though, right?
I don't think he was born here. I don't think so. I don't think he was born here. Yeah. I don't think. But he has no experience. He has no business experience. Nothing. He's never held a job.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate the call, man. But you know what? The Republicans truly don't understand. If they truly understand who their opposition was, any of you watch The Walking Dead? I know I love The Walking Dead series. I love anything zombie. I just hate the fast-running zombies. I despise the fast-running zombies. Zombies are not supposed to run fast. Zombies are not supposed to think. You know why they're not supposed to think? If the Republicans truly understood who their enemies were, who they were fighting against, I'll take you back to a blast from the past of somebody explaining who the Republicans' opposition is.
You live here?
Yes.
Well, maybe you know what a zombie is.
When a person dies and is buried, it seems there's certain voodoo priests who have the power to bring him back to life.
How horrible.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own. You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders, not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
Oh, zinger! World War Z zombies were too fast for me, Blake Moore. They were just too. I can't wait till part 2 comes out, though. I did like the concept behind World War Z, that zombie movie. I really did, and I can't wait till they come out with part 2. And I also think they should make Walking Dead into a movie. I want to see Walking Dead made into a movie. Guys, I'm having fun now. You tune in to Black and Right, AM 560, 92.7 FM, and AM 1400, Detroit, Michigan. We'll be right back.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Lutheran Life Communities, Virago, and by Senior Helpers of Naperville.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Did you know that AM 560 Radio has a full-service digital marketing division called Salem Surround? If you're a business decision maker, listen up. AM 560 listeners are everywhere your potential audience is. So are our incredible targeting capabilities. We localize digital marketing and put it within reach of every business, small and large, in Chicagoland and beyond. Salem Surround offers AI-powered marketing solutions that reach your ideal audience. Whether or not you tap into the proven live, local, and emotional connection that AM 560 Radio brings, Salem Surround offers a total marketing solution to our partners. All-in-one digital solutions that provide targeted local digital and social media ads, Google AdWords management, website services, video strategy, search optimization, and even a management dashboard to offer you total campaign updates and transparency. Your Salem Surround representative is located right here in Chicago. Experience the Salem Surround digital revolution today. Call 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Patriot Mike 76. I love it. Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. Oh, Patriot Mike, stop doing that. I got to go on air. Let's go back to the phone lines. Eduardo, what's up, brother?
Yeah, John. Happy No Kings Day here.
Yeah.
It was pretty light here in downtown. Yeah.
Where, in Tampa?
Well, at least in downtown. Yeah, I didn't go there. I was close there because I went to a home show, but yeah, just saw it on the news, and it was a regular size, like in June, you know.
Yeah.
So, hey, a couple of things here. So I got Daily Mail right now. This Venezuela rehearsals are pretty amazing. This Night Stalkers, they look like ninjas in the helicopters.
Yeah, Night
It's in
Stalkers.
Daily Mail. Whenever you want to check it out, they have some nice pictures of them hanging over the helicopters training at night. Pretty neat.
I got to check it out.
Pretty neat.
Send
I
it to me.
cannot
Send
wait.
it to me,
I
Eduardo.
cannot wait to me. Oh, I'm not tech savvy, but
just
I'll
just
try
copy and paste and text it.
Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah. Oh, another thing here, because I got to ask you, because I'm going to be talking to Dick Morris. If you want me to mention something to him tomorrow, he's got that Sunday show midday. If you think of something, I could mention something because he's close to President Trump.
Yeah, I've met him a few times.
And Stephen Moore.
Yeah, I've met him a few times. Dick Morris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the other thing I got to bring up before I go. 50% of parents are helping their children years 18 to 44.
Uh-huh.
Check this out, like $1,474 a month.
Jeez.
They're giving them like in pay, helping out with car payments, helping them to buy a house.
Man,
Can you believe that?
Jeez, man. Hey, Mama, where you at? Send me some of that ducats. Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Okay,
Appreciate
I'll
it,
send
brother.
you that thing on Night Stalkers.
Okay. Sounds good, my brother.
Okay.
All right. Wilmington. I love Wilmington. I wonder if the big man is still there. Pete from Wilmington. Is the big statue still there, or did it get moved?
The big statue is still there, bro.
Yeah, the Rocket Man, or what's it called?
I don't know. It's some Route 66 thing.
Yeah.
It was out in front of a restaurant or whatever. I'm actually from Mantino.
Oh,
that's where I'm at now.
Okay.
I just wanted to say real quick, God bless you, bro. I'm throwing up Hail Marys like crazy for you. You're hovering over the target. Just keep the hammer down. God bless you. Love you, bro.
Thank you, Pete. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. Let's go to Bill from the show side.
Yeah, John, I was going to say that the talk you gave at the beginning of the show, John, you were right on it. Your heart was in it, and I'm telling you that should be played to every student in the United States, no matter if it's kindergarten all the way on up to college. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Your heart was, your passion was in it, and you were right on every way. And we were all with you. As you were talking, we were all with you. And
thank you, Bill.
You said everything that we could say or feel. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So God bless you for that.
Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate it, man.
You take care, buddy.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye-bye. But here's Jimmy Kimmel. Did you hear Jimmy Kimmel compare the No Kings to J6?
So just to be clear, peacefully protesting a wannabe dictator means you hate America. Attacking the Capitol to overturn an election, patriotic walking tour. There is nothing more American.
Okay, can I say something? I want to interrupt these proceedings because every single J6 person that I've interviewed, every single one of them, even the Capitol Police Chief, I interviewed him. Do you realize that none of them would have even gone into the Capitol or any of that until they started shooting the balls at them? Did you know that? That's when they all got angered and started moving towards. Every single J6er that I've interviewed has said that. Every single one, Jimmy Kimmel.
Than a political protest. The American Revolution was a No Kings rally. And if you are planning to go to the rally and you're going to be making your own sign, everybody there has a sign. I just want to ask you, remember, our president is very sensitive about his weight, so please do not use the word Shamussolini to describe him, or engorged Washington, or King Hungry VIII. He will not appreciate it. It's rude, and he will throw you in jail.
He's still on. He's still on. Is Jimmy Kimmel still on? I mean, how is he still on? I just simply don't get how he's still on. He's not funny at all. He brings nothing, absolutely nothing. I just don't get why people still listen to this guy. He's a complete clown. I saw somebody earlier in the YouTube. I don't know if it's on YouTube or Facebook, but they were talking about George Soros, and I don't know if you guys have. They're getting RICO is coming. RICO is coming, and it can't come fast enough.
Paul, when you look at this, so Soros money is going to these protests? Yeah, so the most direct pipeline here from Soros to what we're seeing today is a group called Indivisible, which is apparently the tech backbone for all this. They set up a lot of the comms. They did a lot of the technical stuff. That group has reportedly received, according to a recent report funded by the Capital Research Center and written by Ryan Morrow, no relation, $7.6 million over the last few years. They're one of the principal organizers, an umbrella group over dozens of other groups that include elements of labor, Democratic Socialists of America, very, very heavily represented. You have just sort of mainstream Democratic groups in various cities. You have, it looks to me like a very heavy anti-Israel Palestinian contingent, especially here in New York. I attribute that to some of the excitement, quote unquote, relative to Zoran Mamdani, because I'm already, as I walked over and had a look, I see a lot of anti-Israel stuff, and a lot of it has curses, things that are very pejorative. So hopefully things stay calm. But this is the conglomerate. And of course, as always, you're going to have a lot of paid protesters who get their money from the usual ecosystem of far left funding mechanisms.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. We'll get to that in just
and before they continue, I mean, dude, this is yeah, I see JD Vance speaking at the Marines 250th anniversary event. But this isn't natural. This whole No Kings thing, I tried to do a deep dive on when it actually started, and a lot of it's Grok. I said, Grok, what is and a lot of it they said it started when President Trump did the military, and they basically said that he wanted to be king, and it also happened when remember in L.A. when he sent the National Guard to go and protect the ICE agents. What was he supposed to do? He's the president of these United States of America. He's supposed to protect every federal institution. He is. I mean, I don't get these people.
Moment, and Soros, apparently it's the foundation through Open Society Action Fund, issued a grant. The grant was to support the grantee's social welfare activities. And then you mentioned Indivisible. And I also want to point out that a spokesperson for Open Society Foundation says we support a wide range of independent organizations. But you mentioned paid protesters. And I want to point that out because there's tremendous energy in this country for President Trump. And I've got to believe a lot of this is indeed paid for.
And they said there was a paid protester was making $80,000 a year. Just being paid to protest. But you know what? I really do hope. I remember Charles Love when Charles Love and I first started Black and Right. He used to always say, "Yeah, but nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to come of it. All Republicans, all they do is talk." But here's Mike Davis. He just followed me on Facebook too. Here's Mike Davis talking about what's to come.
They went after our side for nonsense. They went after our side for non-crimes. They politicized and weaponized intel agencies and law enforcement with made-up charges that eventually got kicked by the Supreme Court. And it wasn't just Trump and his top aides like you, Bannon and Navarro and Jeff Clark. You guys have the wherewithal to fight this. They went after parents, Christians, protesters on January 6th. They hunted them for years. So these lawfare Democrats, I would say, we are just getting warmed up.
Oh.
James Comey and Big Tish James are just the appetizers. Hearty appetizers, but they are just the appetizers. Just wait till we get to the main course.
The long and the wide of it, so to speak. Mike Davis, Viceroy, where do people go to Article 3 to find you, sir, now more than ever?
Bannon, I was raised to be better than this, and I should not be so happy when people are suffering like this. But I would say to James Comey and Big Tish James and the rest of these lawfare Democrats, go to hell.
Mike Davis, again, Republicans, they talk a big game, but when it comes time to cross the finish line, they fall just short. With what we had to go through, I want everybody. I'm going to say it this way. Because somebody told me I wasn't on the front lines. I lost my freaking son because of these stupid decisions that were made. We'll be right back.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Nauman and Associates, Scott Tucker Solutions Incorporated, and by Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. Organizers expect about 2,500 No Kings rallies across the country today as people protest President Trump's policies.
Just here at the Atlanta rally, organizers are saying that they're expecting up to 10,000 people, and that's checking out from what we're seeing so far. Now, overall, people attending these rallies say President Trump is acting more like a king. They believe he's abusing his power, specifically citing recent ICE arrests and National Guard troops in U.S. cities.
Fox's Madeline Scarpino. President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky held high-level talks yesterday at the White House on ways to end the war.
We trust the United States. We trust President that he wants to finish this war.
And the U.S. is warning of credible reports Hamas is planning to attack Palestinian civilians. America's listening to Fox News.
Is the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians the revival of an ancient conflict recorded in the Bible?
The nation of Israel is a resurrected nation. So what if there was going to be a resurrection of another people, an enemy people of Israel? The Bible speaks about this whole war as a dragon representing the enemy attacking a woman representing Israel.
Dinesh D'Souza's new film, The Dragon's Prophecy, offers new understanding of October 7th, Israel, radical Islam, anti-Semitism, and biblical prophecy. Could the fate of the world, of humanity itself, be tied to this place?
We came back to a land that was largely barren and empty, and we brought it back to life, and we're going to keep it.
The dragon will not prevail.
The Dragon's Prophecy, based on Jonathan Cahn's international bestseller. Watch it now or buy the DVD at salemnow.com. That's salemnow.com.
Architectural professionals are wanted in Chicago, Illinois office. Mailed resume to M. Torres, Antunovich Associates Incorporated, 224 West Huron Street, Suite 7E, Chicago, Illinois, 60654. Architectural professionals are wanted in Chicago, Illinois office. Mailed resume to M. Torres, Antunovich Associates Incorporated, 224 West Huron Street, Suite 7E, Chicago, Illinois, 60654.
Sean Thompson here, and I'm with attorney Bert Hochberg from the law firm of Schiller, Ducanto, and Fleck. We're talking about divorce arbitration. This is not really a new, or is it a new, innovative way to go through divorce?
Arbitration has been around for decades. It's completely legit and available to resolve divorce cases. The litigants and their lawyers sign an arbitration agreement. They identify what the issues are, and we set up dates, and we determine what experts and witnesses there may be. Arbitration is a hearing, a trial that is intended to finish a case efficiently with limited appeal, with a binding decision, and it's confidential, so it has some great characteristics.
I think it's a unique alternative to divorce. For more information, please visit sdflaw.com and type Bert Hochberg into the search box. That's sdflaw.com or call direct 773-255-6150. Perhaps you're a collector, or perhaps all of a sudden you have a collection. Maybe it's an inheritance. How do you know what it's worth? This is Sean Thompson for Donley Auction. The market for antiques and collectibles is changing all the time. What is your collection worth right now? Well, I've got an easy way to find out. It's simple. You contact Donley Auctions with their worldwide audience of live and in-person auctions. They have a good idea of how to tell you exactly what it's worth at exactly right now. They're ready to put top dollar in your pocket. The bigger the collection, the better. Go to DonleyAuctions.com and get the info on all things that they buy and sell to have an idea of exactly what Donley does and how much they need your collection. They have so many buyers, it's a great time to sell. Just simply make a phone call. Donley has traveled all over the country to pick up collections. Just call and talk to the people at Donley Auctions at 815-923-7000. Donley Auctions is your trusted partner in turning your collections into cash. DonleyAuctions.com.
The Dinesh D'Souza Podcast.
This is the important thing to recognize about Trump is he's a very transactional guy. Trump will impose a penalty, and if you come to him and say, well, let's make a deal. This is the actual opposite of socialism. This is called cutting a deal to make something work. And I think that's all that goes through Trump's mind.
Subscribe to the Dinesh D'Souza Podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com. This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Let's go back to the phone lines. It's Kevin from Vegas. What's up, brother?
Hey, John, what's happening, brother?
You got it, my man.
How are you?
You got it. Hey, I've been listening to you in the morning, man. You've been bringing the fire on Chicago's Morning Answer.
What are you talking about?
When you call in to Dan.
Oh, I don't.
You've called in maybe a week or two ago.
I wish I could call into the morning answer.
I thought that must have been Sean's show. That must have been Sean's show then.
Oh yeah, Sean. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, I would love to talk to Dan a lot more, but usually I work evenings and I'm pretty much in bed, like an hour before his show starts. And I try to stay up. I wish I could talk to him more. He's phenomenal.
He is. What's up, my brother?
I just wanted to check in with you. I'll let you know how some of the stuff on the Strip is going with this No Kings nonsense. I'm sure that there'll still be some shenanigans later on tonight. Me and a couple buddies are going to go see Shane Gillis, so I'll see. Oh my God, he's hilarious.
The grilled cheese, baby.
I'll
the grilled cheese.
Next weekend, let you know if anything's going on.
Please do. The grilled cheese. You got to. I hope he talks about the grilled cheese, Shane Gillis.
I'm very excited. I've never seen him before.
Oh, he's amazing, man. Shane Gillis I love him. He gives a great Trump impersonation too.
Oh, and Trump, yeah. If you haven't checked out that show he's got on Netflix, Two Tires, it's pretty good.
Oh, I did. I do. Listen, I don't know. I don't even know his politics. That's what I love about him. I don't even know what who he supports. Do entertainers that can do that?
He's a Trump guy for sure.
Oh, okay. That sounds. I love him even more now. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, brother. Yeah, please call in next week and let me know.
Yeah, I will. I'll give it a shot. I'll see if anything's going on. I'm going to be decked out. I'll have at least a Trump shirt and hat on. So
oh, boy.
We'll be safe.
Be safe.
We'll be expecting confrontation. I welcome it.
Be safe, brother. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. It's Kerry, Crown Point. What's up, brother?
John, I'm going to steal some of Amy J's thunder because Mondami is just like AOC. If he was 300 pounds and had acne, no one would care. He's a facade.
Yeah.
And all the policies they talk about have already failed. So it's scary that people could fall for their looks because there's nothing behind the mask.
Yeah. And did you see his Elon Musk just threw him under the bus because he said that he never called for defunding the police. Elon went and got all of his tweets of talking about defunding the police
Elon.
And posted it.
And then J6 2020 election, Russia. Yeah. Why won't the Democrats just do an actual, honest investigation and prove their side? Because we know why.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah. Aren't they doing it? But didn't the Republicans call for a new investigation?
Yes.
Yeah.
But are the Republicans going to get some teeth and actually do something? Like you say, they're not doing anything. They're talking.
True. I agree.
And we've seen how did Trump end up in court all these times? Lawfare. How did they do it? How did they go after him when he was in the White House last in Russia? The worst thing ever. Comey, he needs to go under forever, and all the people that helped him.
Well, Bolton just had his day in court. He had his day in court.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hey, what about, and one last thing, what about who's the lawyer that went after Trump and he was overseas and having his biggest thing, how he wasn't political and all the lawyers he knows aren't political. What a bunch of garbage that was.
Wait, who? What lawyer?
No, the big guy that went after, his name just went out of my head. The guy that went after Trump, and he went after Trump for all the papers in Florida.
Oh, Jack Smith.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, no. We're coming after him, too.
Oh, he's such a dangerous liar. Like, they're not political. He's one of the worst political hacks of all time.
Yeah, he is. And he didn't even have the authority to actually do the investigation. He didn't even have the authority. Authority. Thanks, Kerry. Appreciate the call. Authority. Ed from Dyer. I love Dyer. I almost bought a house in Dyer, Ed.
Well, it's a beautiful neighborhood, let me tell you.
Oh, I love it.
And it's so nice and so quiet. And the people are great.
Yes.
And the city is great.
Yes.
And they take care of everything. Believe me, they take care of everything.
Yeah, I would have had had a pool and everything in this house.
Oh, it's fantastic. My thing was with this Obamacare, when they put it in, they exempted 535 people in the Congress and Senate.
Yes, they did.
And they got their own health care.
Yes, they did.
Not only that, all their associates got it too. So why don't they change it and get rid of it, and we get all of what they have for America? I mean, if Obamacare was so good, why did they deny it for themselves?
But it wasn't. That's the point. It's almost been a ticking time bomb to help destroy Republicans. Because, I mean, we had an opportunity, and John McCain stopped the opportunity to reverse the Affordable Care Act. And again,
he had issues.
Yeah. And
one last quick thing.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming, and it's no King's Day. So with Halloween, if anybody's got any connection to Donald Trump, he should get a big hat, a King's hat in gold that says Mega on it.
Yeah.
And that's his Halloween costume.
With a robe, too. The King's robe. With the King's robe.
Yeah,
and a
with
staff.
A robe.
And a staff.
Oh, you got it. Oh, John, it's my first time.
Yeah.
I look forward to calling you again.
All right. Thank you so much, Ed.
Bye.
Love Dyer, Indiana. Love Indiana for that matter. Guys, hold the line. We got to go to break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
What makes Hassellus Mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery and haul away, and way too low prices on Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper?
Yeah, besides that.
Well, Hassellus is locally owned.
You mean your franchise is locally owned?
We're not a franchise. Every showroom is owned and managed by the same family. So, when you shop at Hassellus, your money stays right here. And through Monday, our family wants to give you a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Our 43 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
I like that.
Try and buy with no pushy sales guy.
I love that.
Free next day delivery too.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Shop local and enjoy a $248 credit through Monday at Hassellus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at hassellus.com.
Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, launching a new project, or just looking for that extra edge, your brain is your most valuable asset. And now there's a way to support it every day. Think Factor. From the makers of Relief Factor, Think Factor is built to help you stay sharp, nurture your memory, and boost your attention. It unlocks the mental clarity and precision you need to stay ahead of the game no matter the challenge. For me, it's been a game changer. I have never had such clarity, focus, and concentration before. I love telling you about Think Factor. If you're a go-getter who refuses to settle, Think Factor helps you perform at your best and keep your edge. Call 800-4-RELIEF, 800-4-RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to order Think Factor. That's 800-4-RELIEF, or go to ReliefFactor.com for Think Factor. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. I'll bet it'll be a game changer for you like it has been for me. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Think Factor.
Our local hospitals are the heartbeat of our communities, delivering critical care every hour of every day for everyone, training the next generation of caregivers. Beyond the walls, their benefit to the community is everywhere, driving the local economy and supporting local organizations, initiatives, and neighbors. Illinois Hospitals, healing communities. Learn more at team-iha.org. Sponsored by the Illinois Health and Hospital Association. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Wait, senor, what do you mean John Anthony proves my point? I mean, you got tickets and I haven't had an invite? You're fired. Let's go back to the phone lines. Nick from the Northwest Side. What's up, my brother?
Hey, thank you, my brother. It's so nice to hear you and be able to call in. Sometimes I'm running errands and stuff. I told you a long story already.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that you're on here in Detroit and your show here, filling in for other people. I mean, I'm so grateful for that you're able to do all those things, because you're an excellent voice for our cause. I've long felt, I mean, for decades, that the left I'm a conservative, okay? I'm a white guy, conservative, Trump supporter, but that the left actually brings up many valid points, many true things. They say costs of things are too high. Well, yeah, and they say there's a need to improve things in a black community and a brown community. And yeah, there sure is. But the thing is, though, they always turn to violence to get their point across when somebody doesn't, jump right at solving a problem the way they think it should be solved. And lately, over maybe the last year or two, they don't hesitate to attack people. And it hurt them bad, as we know. So these people we got to be watched out for. We got to be prepared that they at some point are going to just go nuts, Yeah. And I'm telling you, so that's it. I mean, just be ready to defend yourselves at any time, any place. That's my advice to people. Other than that, people on the left, hey, we got more in common than not. It's just the way we go about it is totally opposite of each other.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for putting me on. Okay?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate the call, my brother. Let's go to Mark from Monroe, Wisconsin. Mark, welcome to Black and Right.
Hey, John. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Okay. Here's my comment today. How about Nancy Pelosi? Since it's that close to Halloween, I'm going to refer to her as Nancy Lugosi. She's going to sink her teeth into this whole shutdown thing. And even beside that, she just reneged on that whole J6 situation that she already admitted in the past that she was guilty of not allowing the National Guard at the Capitol.
Wait, Mark, are you talking about the reporter who reached out, who questioned her about it?
I am.
Okay, hold on. I want everybody else to know.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
Oh, Mark, what are we going to do?
I don't know, but it's hilarious. Next to that, I'm going to go on to just a little bit further than that, but this whole shutdown thing, it's the equivalent of, and again, I'm going to bring her up again. She's the one that says, hey, why not pass a bill so we can find out what's in it?
That's it.
Well, that's what this whole shutdown's about right now. I mean, Mike Johnson already gave us the whole schmear about all this, where all this money was going to be allocated for, and it's a total joke.
Yeah.
And until the American public know how they're literally, I'll use the word, pissing away our money.
Yeah.
We're actually being just played for chumps right now.
We really are. We really are.
We have to stick to our guns, and personally, I don't care if the government is shut down. I mean, why would we want to keep funding these fat cat bureaucrats indefinitely?
Hey, Mark, here's what else I think is happening. Mark my words on this. The Democrats, they're throwing all these distractions, using all these judges to block Trump's agenda. They are trying to wait Trump out. So are some Republicans. There are some Republicans who have Trump fatigue. They are sick and tired of having to, in their eyes, kowtow to President Trump, and they cannot wait until he is gone. And if I'm President Trump, I'm calling the Republican caucus together. I'm meeting with the Republican House, and then I'm meeting with the Republican Senate and say, get my agenda passed right now. Do it now. That's what I'm telling them.
I totally agree with you. You're just going to have to use a bigger hammer that's bigger than the one that they're trying to use against you. I mean, if you don't use that approach, you're just going to end up losing, and you're going to get your brains beat in.
So true. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate the call. Eugene Phillips, thank you. That was Bob Hope with the zombie. I was trying to figure out who it was. Don't hate on me. Don't beat me up. I want to do something. I finally got. I don't know what the heck happened, but I ordered a whole bunch of books of letters to John Boy, and I just finally got them. I have been waiting because I have to get the books out. When we come back from break, the very first person that calls us, 312-642-5600. 312-642-5600. The very first person that calls, I'm going to send you a book. Tom, you should have waited, man. The very first person that calls when we get back from this break, I am going to send you a book personally autographed by me of letters to John Boy. I've also have completed my second book called The Build. It's Build. It's a book on manhood. I decided I told you I've written about 4 books already, and they're all done. I'm just waiting to push them out. But The Build, I had one initially called The Broken Leader. It's pretty much about my life and just the chaos that I've caused, the chaos that I've lived. That's what The Broken Leader was about. But I felt like we have to teach men how to be men today and what it means to be a man. And men do exist. And so The Build. If you call, first caller, you'll get The Build once it's come out, and Letters to John Boy. We'll be right back.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Did you know that AM 560 Radio has a full-service digital marketing division called Salem Surround? If you're a business decision maker, listen up. AM 560 listeners are everywhere your potential audience is. So are our incredible targeting capabilities. We localize digital marketing and put it within reach of every business, small and large, in Chicagoland and beyond. Salem Surround offers AI-powered marketing solutions that reach your ideal audience. Whether or not you tap into the proven live, local, and emotional connection that AM 560 Radio brings, Salem Surround offers a total marketing solution to our partners. All-in-one digital solutions that provide targeted local digital and social media ads, Google AdWords management, website services, video strategy, search optimization, and even a management dashboard to offer you total campaign updates and transparency. Your Salem Surround representative is located right here in Chicago. Experience the Salem Surround digital revolution today. Call 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Tom, before we go to you, we have a winner. Joanne, welcome to Black and Right.
Well, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
I'm excited to get your book.
All right. I will definitely get it. Paul, get our information. And then once The Build is published, I'll also send that to you as well, Joanne.
Oh, how lovely. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Paul, we're going to keep you on the line, Joanne. And then Paul will get your information and I'll ship it out.
Thank you very much. Have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Amen. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate it. Let's go to Tom. Tom from Cherville.
Yeah, John, why is it so hard to go back to pre-pandemic spending levels? In other words, go back to what the federal government was spending in 2019 and everything that happened, let's say, at the end of 20 and then from 21 to the end of 24, just scrap all of that because it hasn't benefited anybody.
You ever heard of Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah.
He had a bottomless pit. Once you feed him, once you give them something, once you give the federal government something, they'll never go back to anything except in Michigan. Michigan had an $84 billion budget. Right now, I think is $80.1 billion. I don't think I've ever seen a state house reduce the size of their budget. But Matt Hall and the Michigan Republicans, Jamie Thompson, Eric Nesbitt, and a lot of those guys and girls out there, they voted to reduce a budget. Can you believe that?
It would make the dollar stronger, which would benefit everyone. I mean, who's benefiting from all this additional pandemic spending that's still going on? I mean, who? I don't know anybody. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, who is?
Yeah, the federal government, the Leviathan that it is. This is why I always say, do not give the federal government an inch. And this, you heard me say this. You give them an inch, they'll take a country mile. This is what happens. This is why you cannot give them any powers. Because once you give them anything, remember the toll roads. Remember what they were supposed to pay for education? Yeah. Yeah,
and the lottery and none of that ever panned out.
Yeah. So I never give the government any power because they'll never give it up ever. They never will. So that's it.
Very true. All right, thank you.
All right, my brother. I wouldn't give it to him because I'm telling you, as soon as you do give it to him, that's it. It's just not going to happen. I probably should. No, I'm going to play this. Here's Tim Burchett. You know, President Trump just commuted the sentence of former Congressman Santos.
We got news that President Trump has commuted the sentence of the former congressman. You and I sat with Congressman Santos often on the floor of the House, principally because few others would. What is your reaction to his commutation?
He needs to be out, Matt. He doesn't need to be in a federal penitentiary, and that's hard lockup. He's, in solitary confinement. I've been in contact with his attorneys. I've signed letters, written letters. Boebert and I wrote a letter, and it's just, I've spoke on behalf of it. I think American public sees what's happening. I mean, he told some whoppers. He got caught. He took some money probably he shouldn't have. But it was a campaign finance fraud is what they got him on. And to send him to hard lockup like that, to me, was beyond belief. I look forward to his book. I look forward to his miniseries. And I look forward to his speaking tour because I was actually his mentor. I was assigned his mentor, and Tucker Carlson talked about it. I worried about him when he was in, because you saw him. He just had a few friends, and you were one of them, and we would talk to him and stuff. And I worried about him taking his own life. I worried about him just all the way through all this stuff. And I couldn't bear with it.
There's no way the Republicans should have put him on the platter like that, though. No way they should have done that. When you think about Ilhan Omar and some of the things that people like her have done, miss me with that. I want to say goodbye to my Detroit crowd. I hope you guys tune in Monday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time for Detroit's Morning Answer. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that, 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews in Family Legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
2 more bodies returned. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Israel says Hamas handed over 2 coffins of deceased hostages from Gaza late today. If confirmed as hostages, that would bring the total return to 12, leaving 16 somewhere in Gaza. And this just in, the U.S. is warning of credible reports that Hamas plans to attack Palestinian civilians in Gaza. If so, that would violate the ceasefire. Anti-Trump marchers have been filling the streets in the cities of the U.S. today for the No Kings rallies and marches.
No Kings!
Those people marching in Minneapolis and in D.C., several lawmakers participated, including Senator Bernie Sanders.
When the founders stood up to King George, they were told it was impossible, but they won.
Republicans argue the protests are an effort to distract from the government shutdown, but No Kings organizers say they're rallying against the abuse of power, such as deploying U.S. military on U.S. soil. A recent strike on a suspected drug boat off the Venezuelan coast left 2 survivors. Now, President Trump says the U.S. is sending them back to Colombia and Ecuador. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson has more from West Palm Beach, Florida, where he's with the president.
Combat operations continue in the Caribbean. The president posting to his Truth Social recently declassified drone video showing that Americans strike against what the president calls a drug smuggling submarine. The president says 2 on board were killed, 2 survived, and he said the 2 survivors will be returning to their countries of origin, with the president listed as Ecuador and Colombia.
And federal prosecutors in Southern California reduced felony charges against labor union leader David Huerta to misdemeanor charges. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be breezy and cooler with rain and a thunderstorm, possibly causing ponding on roads. The low will be 50. Sunday brings windy and cooler conditions with morning rain giving way to clouds and sun later. Expect gusty winds reaching 61 miles per hour, which may move loose items. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
I'm the guy that never gives 5 stars because I never believe that anything is perfect. But I would give them 20 stars if I could.
Ernest Stellar Review belongs to QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments. They came through when he badly needed relief for his aching knees, and doctors had told him that surgery was the only option.
What they're doing is cutting edge, and it really helps. And I'm a tough sell.
QC Kinetics is led by National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field. With 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, publishing in non-surgical natural pain treatments. These are the medical pros to trust.
I'm living my life basically pain-free from what I was dealing with, so I'm a happy camper today, no doubt about it.
QC Kinetics. Call today to see if you're a candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 312-827-6261. That's 312-827-6261. 312-827-6261.
Your local State Farm agent Anthony DeGrotto combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Is war in the Middle East the revival of an ancient conflict recorded in the Bible?
The nation of Israel is a resurrected nation. So what if there was going to be a resurrection of another people, an enemy people of Israel?
Dinesh D'Souza's new film, The Dragon's Prophecy, offers new understanding of October 7th, Israel, and radical Islam.
We came back to a land that was largely barren and empty, and we brought it back to life, and we're going to keep it.
Watch it now or buy the DVD at salemnow.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back.
Just like
Hour 3, Black and White Radio on AM 560, The Answer. Detroit is no longer with us. If you missed that first 2 hours, head over to 560theanswer.com, download the podcast. You can listen to the show no matter where you are on this earth. Yes. I forgot to say, guys, I am really, truly growing a huge following in Canada right now. Canadians are searching for truth. They really are. It's just amazing, just being right over the border from Canada with Detroit's Morning Answer. Just how much Canadians, they're buying my book, Letters to John Boy 2. I'm like, wow. And as you know, Cambodia, they've become a huge listening. Through YouTube channel, they're listening. I should say the old YouTube channel, which is the new YouTube channel, which we're on now is the old YouTube channel, which is now, again, the new YouTube channel. Did I confuse you, Paul? I'm so happy. I'm so upset. If they pay Trump $14 million, cut the check, YouTube, because you never know where this show, Black and Right, could be today had they not. Because I had just started that YouTube page. What was it, Blake Moore? I was in my first year and a half, almost going on 2 years of having that YouTube channel. And I had grown it all the way up to 680-something people who were subscribed to it. I was beyond the 4,000 hours of listening. But imagine where I could have been with that YouTube channel. They could have been cutting me a check. You never know. I guess you'll never know, as Kanye West used to say. I want to address something really quick because Phil from Blue Island sent me, keeps tagging me in these, I'm sure you guys have heard about the YR chats, the Young Republican chat room. Listen, first and foremost, it was vile. It was stupid. It was dumb. And I totally and outright reject what was involved in that Young Republican chat room. But I failed to see Phil from Blue Island talk about Jay Jones in his text. So don't try to come and call me out on a carpet if you haven't done, if you said not one word about what Jay Jones did. Listen to The View and how they go about this.
Because what's come up in this conversation is this individual, Jay Jones, who's running for attorney general in Virginia. He's about a 36-year-old man running for attorney general who had some leaked text messages come out where he aspired to violence against Republicans. I don't know why it's hard for people, and I'm not at this table.
I saw that.
Let me just say this.
But only Democrats denounced him, no Republicans.
But he's a Democrat.
Yeah,
that's my point.
And the Democrats denounced him.
Yeah. But if I can finish my point, all right. Denounce both. We don't need to equivocate. We don't need to say, well, he did this, so then Republicans.
No, yeah.
But here's both are terrible. Both are equally
the bigger
awful.
problem. Here's the bigger problem. If you can't admit that there is a problem at all,
yes,
this is part of the reason why women and gay folks and folks of a different hue get so angry. It's because the vice president isn't denouncing this.
That's the point.
He is a man who is married to an Indian woman.
He's also 41, so he could have just graduated from the Young Republicans. Like, these are not children. J.D. Vance is only 41. The men on this group text are about my age.
Okay, I can't listen. I can't listen to him too long. I'm sorry, I just can't. Yeah, I've yet to hear people on the left talk about this Jay Jones thing. The View just did. But did you hear Winsome Sears' ad on this Jay Jones?
We start with breaking news from the campaign trail.
Jay Jones is under fire tonight.
Jay Jones is under fire.
Jay Jones is under fire after messages he sent in 2022 saying former Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert should be shot.
I'm excited about this ticket.
It's been great to be out on the campaign trail with Jay Jones.
You said Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views.
We deserve an attorney general who will stand up for the people of Virginia.
Jones said, quote, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head.
Let your rage fuel you.
Jones doubled down, saying, quote, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes.
How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific, so callously?
Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
I don't know if Winsome Sears is going to win or not, but she's coming on strong. So is was the other guy in New Jersey, Citarelli or something like that? No, I agree. Why give them relevance, Senor? But they say some of the dumbest stuff. And it's like, did they really just say that? Did they? And now, you know, a lot of people talking about Tom Homan and this $50,000. He took $50,000 in the bag. Homan, what happened?
I know George Stephanopoulos is one of your best friends. Mm-hmm. He convicted you on television, okay, of a $50,000 bribe. Stephanopoulos did this on ABC. The vice president, J.D. Vance, defended you. And I thought he did so pretty well, because due process is important. Do you want to clarify anything about that situation?
I didn't take $50,000 from anybody.
Okay. How did that get into the mainstream, do you think?
I have no idea. Look, there's been hit pieces on me since I came back to this administration. There's got to be 30, 40 hit pieces on me about how I'm involved with contracting or government contracts, when in fact, day one I came back, I recused myself from any discussions on any contract or any monetary decisions like that, because I used to have a company that did consulting. So I cleared myself day one. What people don't talk about is I took a significant, huge pay cut to come back and serve my nation. And I'm not enriching myself doing this job.
Does this make you angry that they're coming at you this way?
I don't care what people think about me and never have. No, because I know who I am. I work for the greatest president in the history of this nation, in my opinion, and we're doing the right thing every day.
And they're going to do everything they can to come after people like Homan. When we come back from break, because I want to take a call and there's another audio I want to play. But when we come back from the break, I'm telling you, Republicans, if there's anybody within the Trump administration or any Republican, should the Democrats somehow wrest control or wrangle control away and become Hakeem Jeffries becomes the House Speaker, and I don't know who's in the Senate. No, Chuck U. Schumer. Chuck U. Schumer becomes the Senate Majority Leader again. They're going to impeach Trump, but that's not the problem. They're going to go after people like Homan, Kristi Noem, all of these people who are not as protected like President Trump is. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Craig from Mount Greenwood.
Oh, hey, John. Man, thanks for taking my call.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you're on fire. You always got good topics, everything. But, boy, I tell you what, you really caught my attention when you're talking about that Jay Jacknut that basically talking about bullets for that guy that he doesn't like, the kids dying in the mother's arms. That guy, I don't even want to even think about all the stuff he said. He's garbage. But all those Democrats around that guy that don't say a word at all, cover for him, everything. You see the level of deceit in that, and then they go and they make up stories about Homan, make up stories about Trump, make up stories about everybody else. Listen, you talk about a level of evil and deceit. that is on the left, it's beyond imagination.
That's so true, Craig. And it's insane what's happening in this country right now. It really is. It really is, Craig. Thanks so much for the call, Craig. I mean, even the governor prosecute ICE?
The people who serve for the president, including all the way down to ICE agents, can be held accountable when there's a change of administration who's willing to hold them accountable when they break the law. Now, Stephen Miller is clearly ordering people to break the law. So, he should know that, it may be 3 years from now that he is held accountable, but make sure, I think it's important for them to know that whatever they do now, it's not like we're going to forget, and it's not like we don't have a record of what they're doing. So that is why I mentioned Stephen Miller. That's why I mentioned other people, Tom Homan and Gregory Bavino, who's the CBP leader on the ground, the one who executed their orders in Los Angeles, which was, they did an awful job in Los Angeles and created all kinds of mayhem on the ground. Now he's doing it.
You mean people throwing bricks at ICE officers that they was driving by, Governor? Did you forget about that part? Did you mention that part? I don't think so. You're listening to the Black and Right. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. 312-642-5600. We'll be right back.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Nauman and Associates, Scott Tucker Solutions Incorporated, and by Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago.
Whether you're preparing for exams, juggling family, career, just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here. Think Factor, created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, clearer thinking. It's a natural way to give your brain the daily nutrients it needs for memory, attention, even vibrant vision. I've been looking for a product like Think Factor, and it's been a game changer in my life. If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks like I do, if you want to keep your memory strong like I do, if you want to maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, Think Factor is here. Think Factor is for you. Think Factor, from the makers of Relief Factor. Call 800-4RELIEF. That's 800-4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to order Think Factor. That's 800-4RELIEF, or go to ReliefFactor.com, ReliefFactor.com to order Think Factor. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily.
An informed and educated citizenry is the only guarantee to preserve our constitutional republic. And each week, you'll hear from experts, not pundits, and find out what's really happening, from local issues to national politics. Listen to The Real Story with Jeannie Ives. There's no topic of public policy concern that she won't talk about. Stop the lies. Learn the truth. Join the conversation. Sunday night at 7, right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey Chicagoland, your trusted friend Jeff here from JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Over the past few months, I've shared how our veteran-led team serves Chicagoland homeowners. Today, I want to share with you what your neighbors are saying about working with us. Like Mary in Downers Grove, who wrote, "They listened to my concerns about moving from my home of 30 years and created a timeline that worked for me." Or Tom and Carol Stream, who said, "Their team helped me sort through 40 years of memories with respect and patience." This is why hundreds of your neighbors have given us a 5-star Google review and an A+ rating with the BBB. We don't just buy houses. We help people through life's transitions with understanding and care. No repairs needed, no cleanout required, and always on your timeline. Ready to work with the home buying team your neighbors trust? Sell your house to the trusted source by calling us at 630-895-9530. That's 630-895-9530 or JeffBuysYourHouse.com.
Did you know a will alone does not keep your family out of court when you die? The court still has to approve your will, but get a living trust, and your estate can be settled clearly without issue. Talk to the attorneys at Nauman and Associates. They prepare wills and trusts for a flat fee, no surprises, no hourly rate. With decades of experience, they know the law and offer a free consultation. Contact Nauman and Associates in Elk Grove Village, nalawgroup.com. Call 847-593-8777.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560 The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. Paul's on the boards. He's been taking a lot of calls. I'm sure he's tired right about now. I don't know if this is a different clip.
The people who serve.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not the one I'm looking for. Here it is.
Which sensible person in Chicago will want to vote Democrat again? So if you listen to the liberal media, it's really very wicked. See, black mothers in D.C., when their kids step out, their heart beating fast, would he come home alive? Yes, the data is there. They are being killed every day. Not by police, not by wicked people from some Italian country, by their own people. Mm-hmm. The president said, listen, I will create a little discomfort for a couple of days, but I will clean up the crime. Your child won't die. Guess who went to the street to protest against the president saying, I'll protect your children from dying?
Who?
Well, of course, the same people whose children are being killed daily in D.C. That alone should tell you that there is some selfish motive behind it. Who wouldn't jubilate and said, finally, please, clean the place so my son will see his 18th birthday? What justification is you to... Okay, police are in the streets of every city in America, isn't it?
They are.
Okay. We see army barracks everywhere. Okay, the National Guard are Americans who've been trained to say, protect your people. Mm-hmm. What is the fear? None whatsoever, except it's all political. They don't want him to win points, because if he cleaned blue cities in his 4 years, he'd turn and flip those places red in 2028.
So you think that's the real concern?
That's the real concern. Which sensible person in Chicago will want to vote Democrat again?
I think they'll still vote Democrat.
No, they won't.
For whatever reason.
Don't take Americans for this thing. When they see real result, yes.
This is what I have been talking about ad nauseum. This is why they don't want the National Guard in places like Memphis, in places like Chicago, in these urban traps, because they know if President Trump can show, and I've said this time and time again, if President Trump can solve the so-called crime crisis, they know they could have done it many years ago, but they don't want to, because crime pays, violence pays. There's a lot of money involved. All of these cities across this country, they will lose a ton of money should the crisis called a crisis of crime is ever solved. And they know this. Jerry from Salem.
Hey, how you doing, sir? I just had the radio on my truck here. There's something that Governor of Illinois said that really bugged me. He said you can go after all the Republicans if Democrats ever get back in. What about the auto pen when Biden did it?
Yeah.
Doesn't he think the Republicans are going to do that?
That's a great point. They should.
I mean, that guy just gets on my nerve. I live here in Wisconsin. During COVID, he locked down Illinois.
Yeah.
But he has a house in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. He came up to Lake Geneva, but he locked down Chicago.
Listen, I was there when he was there in the master harbor of the, because, where all the boats are, where he has his house at. And
yeah, Lake Geneva.
Yeah, they saw him in the grocery store without a mask.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin.
So he thinks he's a king, huh?
Oh, well, he is a king. Listen, what do kings do? They send out what? Proclamations, right? How many months of proclamations did he send out? Who's the real king?
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
I just glad I live in Wisconsin. I just can't take that guy.
I'm with you. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate the call, my brother.
Hey, you have a good night.
You as well. But he's right. And you wanna come after Republicans because they're willing to do the work? Yeah, no. Because this is what's happening in Memphis. Here's a young kid from Memphis. He had to be all of 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10. I'll give him 10. Listen to what this kid had to say about what is happening and who he thanked.
My name is Braylon, and I live here in Memphis. I've been noticing not just a slight change, more of a detrimental change in like how peaceful Memphis is ever since the National Guard came. There was a lot of things I couldn't do before the National Guard came because I had to worry a lot about guns and stuff. I couldn't play because I was worried that somebody might pull out a gun or something, but now I could do that, and I just wanted to thank the President of the United States for bringing the National Guard.
This is what they don't want. Oh, that was a black kid. Oh, I don't know if you noticed that or not. Why does that matter? Because that's who is being affected by this. In a lot of these urban trap centers, they're the ones being affected by it. And you're starting to see people. What happened in D.C. when President Trump sent the National Guard and all of the federal officers into D.C. to crack down? No shootings. Paul actually, I don't know how many bleeps Paul had to do with this next audio. I think we have the time. And I don't know if I'm going to play it all. But here's another guy speaking about what's happening in Memphis.
So that black lady from Memphis got on here and said that she finally got a little smidget of peace because she can walk outside with her kids and they can go play, and she ain't heard a gunshot go off in about 2-3 weeks since, Trump's done sent National Guard out there to Memphis. Turned around and said she a Trump supporter and she supporting Trump. And all she said was her children can go outside and she ain't had to worry about gunshots pop off in her street for 3 weeks, and she got a smidget of peace. And that's what y'all did. Y'all heard that and said, oh, you a that's what's wrong with y'all. All this black community, black blah blah blah, this bliggity black y'all get on here and preach about, oh, the YNs and all this Deontay Kyle. Y'all sit here and hug and preach. I ain't trying to. It all circle back around to Pookie and Ray Ray, Bonquisha sympathizing. Ain't no white man, no oppression, no system, no school to prison pipeline putting them switches in them hands, telling them to go and terrorize community. None of that's making bad choices, choosing to live that life. Just that mentality. Just because you live good don't mean you gotta trash where the you live at. Go pick up trash, clean up the neighborhoods that we live in. How about? But now y'all rather stand and post up on the block, post up at the gas station, and terrorize the people that's out here trying to make a living, not to be like you. Go out there and run out there in Memphis the same way they do out there in Atlanta. My partner police out there in Atlanta, they ain't got think they got rid of Keisha Lansbottom because she wasn't doing.
Wait, I gotta stop. Hey, Paul, how many did you? Was it like?
I stopped counting at 30.
30, yeah, 30. And that's another 2 minutes and 19 seconds of this. This man nails it. He completely nails it. And if it didn't have so much profanity, I would have posted it to my Facebook page. But I don't have the tools or the time to block out any of that. Now, I want to clear up something else. Do you remember when ICE raided this apartment building in Chicago, and they said that kids were zip tied? Yeah. You want me to you so here's the guy who that photo, which was actually a video, who it belongs to.
Meanwhile, this is what's happening to black children in our neighborhoods.
Hey, so all right, so apparently my video yet going viral again, saying that ICE is detaining kids. So they're using that picture, which is my video, of me and my son playing cops and robbers. Literally, this is us.
It's just crazy, like the link people will push on the internet, and I'm just lost.
But if y'all don't know, me, myself, and my son, we live in Texas. We don't live in Chicago. Me and my son playing cops and robbers. Got a whole series on my page. I'm trying to figure out why people lying to make it political. Don't know, but it's sick as hell. And Y'all need to find Jesus.
So the photo of the kid being zip tied was his. He's a cop from Texas. Yet they used it to say that this is what ICE had done at that raid in Chicago with Tren de Agua, had taken over. They took over an entire complex. Remember when they said they didn't do that in Colorado? Well, they came here right to Chicago and did it. Stop believing these liars. Black and Right. We'll be right back.
You're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Aid for Women, Breakthrough Ideas, and by Attorney Stephen A. Leahy at Opum Tax Advocates.
News, I'm Daria Albinger. Hundreds of thousands of protesters are taking part in anti-Trump No Kings rallies today. Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders in D.C.
How do I know that we will succeed? Take a look at this huge crowd right here in our nation's capital.
Many Republicans say they're Hate America rallies. President Trump plans to meet with Vladimir Putin in the coming weeks. New York Congressman Mike Lawler says he isn't sure the Russian leader can be trusted.
In the absence of real progress following this upcoming meeting, I think the U.S. needs to take significant steps towards applying sanctions, pressure, and increasing military support.
The president says he can handle Putin. America's listening to Fox News.
East Lake Academy in Lake Forest, Illinois seeks elementary French teacher to teach pre-K, kindergarten, and elementary age students from 3 to 14 years old. Requires experience with working with students on French grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, developing and adapting curriculum materials to meet diverse needs of students, etc. Must be fluent in French language, written and spoken. Possess CPR certification. Salary is $73,830 per year. Send resume to John Kalk, President, 13911 West Laurel Drive, Lake Forest, Illinois, 60045. Reference 101. East Lake Academy in Lake Forest, Illinois seeks elementary French teacher. Send resume to John Kalk, President, 13911 West Laurel Drive, Lake Forest, Illinois, 60045. Reference 101.
When it comes to industrial coating and finishing, cutting corners isn't an option. That's why leading manufacturers across the Midwest trust D&D Industrial Coatings in Racine, Wisconsin. From powder coating and liquid painting to blasting and custom finishing, D&D Industrial delivers top-tier protection and performance, fast, precise, and built to last. With over 40 years of experience, ISO-certified processes, and state-of-the-art lines, D&D handles everything from OEMs and petrochemical to agriculture, marine, construction, medical, and government specs. Family-owned, nationally trusted. Whether it's a short run or high volume, your parts are in expert hands, finished on time and finished right. Visit them today, ddindustrial.net. Again, that's ddindustrial.net. Or call them at 262-637-0686 to get your custom quote today. Again, that's 262-637-0686. D&D Industrial Coatings. Engineered to protect. Finished to impress.
Your local State Farm agent Anthony DeGrotto combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When the power goes out, life stops. Heat, AC, fridge, phones, all gone. But with a Generac home standby generator from True Power Generator Service, your home powers back on automatically, so you're never left in the dark. Book your consultation today at TruePowerGenerator.com. That's TruePowerGenerator.com. Plus, 560 listeners get a free 10-year extended warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Call for details. True Power Generator Service and Generac. It's not just a generator, it's a power move.
Ross Shaw talks about building income in retirement.
You know, you can actually structure it in a way to have that $4,000 a month coming in the door every single month. So you don't have to look at the stock ticker and say, oh, the stock market's up today, stock market's down. You still got that $4,000 a month, and having that opportunity to take the vacations and do all the fun things in retirement that you always dreamed to do.
Unleash your wealth, Saturday at 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up.
Apparently, as part of Operation Midway Blitz, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, announced the arrest of Radule Bojovic, an illegal alien from Montenegro who was working as a sworn police officer with the Hanover Park Police Department. Bojovic apparently was encountered during a targeted enforcement action as part of Operation Midway Blitz. DHS reminding it's a felony for an illegal alien to possess a firearm. And this fellow apparently was working as a sworn police officer. I know you might not know much about it, but wondering if we can get an initial reaction.
No, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. I will take your facts as the facts, John, on this one.
Okay. Wow. Didn't Illinois pass a law that says your non-citizens can become cops? So, okay. Hanover police responded to this. They put out a presser on their Facebook page. This is what they said. The Hanover, and I'm not going to say his name because I'll butcher it. I'm just going to say the officer. The Hanover Police Department hired the officer in January 2025 in full compliance with federal and state law. Before hiring the officer, the village confirmed that he was legally authorized by the federal government to work in the United States. At the time of his hire, the officer presented the village with a work authorization card, which was issued by the federal government, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. The card was valid and recently renewed. We also conducted a full background check, including his criminal history with both the Illinois State Police and the FBI. Now, I've done background checks for us to hire officers, and it's very extensive. Trust me, it's very, very extensive. The bottom line is that all information we received from the federal government indicated that the officer is legally authorized to work in the United States as a police officer. Clearly, without that authorization, the village would not have hired him. Additionally, the village has not received any notice from any federal or state agency that his work authorization status has ever been revoked. Further, the village also confirmed, based on a memorandum issued by the Department of Justice Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the ATF, I forgot they added explosives, on January 5th, 2024, that his immigration status allows him to carry a firearm while on duty. The officer has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the immigration proceeding he is now facing. If he is permitted to remain in the United States and remains legally authorized to work in this country, he will be returned to full duty status. Release all the documentation. Send it to the FBI and show them that all of his stuff was valid. I'm sure the federal government will be able to show if he was valid or not. This is. I mean, you working? I believe he was working when he got swept up too. I do believe that was the story. This is insane. This is insane to have somebody as an officer. This is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to run into. Should that law that was passed that allow non-citizens to become police officers, I think this is what you're still going to have to you're going to fight through. So I think if I'm a police department, yeah, you're not an American citizen. Because I even went through on Detroit's Morning Answer. We're the only country. The UK, you have to be a citizen, or you have to have lived there for quite some time. And most countries, like any of the Middle Eastern countries, you have to be a citizen in order to be a police officer. There's no, you come here and then you live here. Nope, you have to be a citizen to be a cop. I think I'm okay with that. I gotta be honest. I have to be honest. As much as I know how hard it is with places like Chicago to get cops, because who wants to work in Chicago? That's been the thing. I think a couple of years ago they had 50 people to come out and apply when they used to have thousands of people who wanted to be police officers in the city of Chicago. That's heartbreaking. It really is. When we come back from break, I know I said here last Saturday that Trump had this list of people he wanted to go after. I did not realize that was a sole individual who found out what happened to Letitia James. His name was Joel Gilbert. He was the one that exposed what was happening, and it goes back many, many years. I did not. I think it was Eduardo that called in and said, "Oh no, Valon." Valon called in and said, "No, there was some guy that was on video saying he was the guy." So I went searching after the show, and man, dude, she said that her father was a husband to buy a property. I mean, dude, this is, and yet she came after Trump. I mean, dude, don't you think you would have just said, "Yeah, I'm going to let this one go past"? But Democrats don't care. They don't care about, because they know and understand that the media is not going to hold them to the same standard that they hold Republicans and conservatives to. They know this. This is why they don't give a damn. They'll do and say whatever they need to do and say, because they know they will not, unless it catches fire. That's the only way, and they know this. So when we come back from break, I want to play Joel Gilbert talking about and explaining how he uncovered everything that happened to Letitia James. Wow, turnabout is fair play. We'll be right back.
Making the switch to a new communications and IT company may seem like a big ordeal, but if you're not getting the reliable support, consistent internet, and secure solutions your company needs, meet Access One, your local Chicagoland IT experts. Access One has been powering Chicago businesses with secure, reliable IT solutions for over 30 years from our headquarters right here in the West Loop. Whether it's VoIP phones, dedicated internet, managed cybersecurity, cloud backups, or 24/7 support, Access One is here for you. Serving thousands of companies from Naperville to the North Shore, Access One is Chicago-owned and Chicago-run, a trusted IT partner for law firms, clinics, tech startups to manufacturers. We'll make the switch easier than you think. Let's talk. Call 800-804-8333 or visit accessoneInc.com. Rated top 5% in customer satisfaction and a Better Business Bureau A+ rated business. That's accessoneInc.com. Tech made personal locally.
It was a typical day. You were doing the usual, but then you met up with a friend at Weinstock Market and Lounge in Woodstock. Wow! The small-town charm and turn-of-the-century building set the tone for a classic outing. Their charcuterie pleased your palate like you never imagined. The Chicago beef sandwich made your taste buds dance. And the hand-selected wines from small vineyards around the world, so perfect. All paired with amazing live music. Weinstock Market and Lounge changes your day from ordinary to extraordinary.
Weinstock Market and Lounge voted McHenry County's best wine shop and best of Fox 2 years in a row. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 3 p.m. till 11 p.m. Live music on weekends. Open mic nights on Tuesdays. Enjoy the fresh baked pizza and Chicago beef sandwiches. Wine favorites from Italy, New Zealand, France, and California. And a full menu of handcrafted cocktails. Plan a trip to Weinstock Market and Lounge on the square in downtown Woodstock. Mention AM 560 and receive 10% off any purchase.
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Huber. During cold and flu season, a nearby cough or sneeze can trigger a familiar dread, that helpless feeling of being defenseless against an invisible viral threat. But what if you could change the narrative? What if you could fortify your body's natural defenses? This is why I developed Virago, the immune enhancement cocktail designed to give your body the upper hand. Virago is more than a supplement. It's a revolutionary liquid formula packed with 23 powerful natural nutraceuticals for rapid absorption. This unique blend is scientifically crafted to help build resilience and keep you protected. Don't just hope for good health. Make it happen with Virago. Virago and Maha, making America healthy again.
Virago. Order your bottle today online at myvirago.com and use coupon code IMMUNE to save 30%. myvirago.com. Coupon code IMMUNE.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. Well, Joe Gilbert, here he is explaining how he got her.
Tish James probably should not have been charging Donald Trump with trumped-up charges of mortgage fraud in New York, given the fact that New York is a public record state and that all of her mortgages for 43 years were online for myself or anybody else to pull up. And what I found is a pattern of mortgage fraud going all the way back to 1983 when she was only 24 years old. She purchased her first home with her father, claiming that her father was her husband. They purchased it as husband and wife in order to help Letitia qualify for a mortgage that she was not entitled to. Letitia continued this pattern of mortgage fraud with her building in Brooklyn. She bought a 4-story, 5-unit apartment building. And for 24 years, she told the banks it was either 4 units or 1 unit, even though the certificate of occupancy for the building said it was 5 units. Now, this is very significant because if you have 4 units or less, you get a residential mortgage rate, which is lower. You also get almost no closing costs. 5 units or higher, like Letitia had, you get high interest rates and very high closing costs. So Letitia gamed the system in New York. She also didn't register for rent stabilization, which she was supposed to do every year. And she simply had her building is a crime scene. And she defrauded and scammed banks for 24 years to save money she wasn't entitled to. Meanwhile, she bought 3 homes in the state of Virginia, where her mother was from. Every one of those 3 homes, there's mortgage fraud. She buys a foreclosure with her aunt, and then she doesn't appear on the deed, which is illegal. She buys a house at Sterling Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia, and she explicitly says, I bought this for my niece's children to make us think that, she's trying to help little kids. Well, her niece's 2 children are adult convicted felons. One of them is an absconder from justice with an arrest warrant out in North Carolina. So Letitia bought the property specifically to harbor a fugitive. Now, on that property, my colleague Sam Antar pointed out that Letitia claimed that would be her primary residence. It was actually rejected by the bank 9 times. They would not approve the loan. The 10th time, Letitia says, that's going to be my primary residence. It gets approved, and that was illegal because she got the mortgage and lower interest rates because she'd be the primary resident. The indictment by Ms. Halligan yesterday revolves around the 3rd property on Perone Avenue. And on that property, she took out a specialized loan that specifically said Letitia had to either live there or use it as a second residence. She was not allowed to rent it out. Sure enough, Letitia simply rented it out. So that was really the opening shot because that's the smallest, it's bank fraud charges with 30 years in prison for bank fraud. But I believe and my sources tell me there's more indictments coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg because the Sterling property in Virginia, she explicitly got rejected 9 times before she said, okay, it'll be my primary residence. Back in New York, it's a separate grand jury, separate jurisdiction. And it's 24 years of mortgage fraud. The most recent was 2021 with a credit line mortgage from Citizens Bank. She took out a $200,000 credit line loan from Citizens Bank in 2020.
You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. You can't make you can't make it up. And remember, get Trump. Get Trump. That's all she cared about. She ran on getting Trump. That's all they cared about, getting Donald Trump. And looks like she's been got now. And with what they were trying to do to President Trump, I mean, and you want to talk about no kings. You want to talk about no kings? This has just been something, I don't know, man. I'm so, I normally don't like to talk about when somebody has a fall. I don't, because it's trust me, it's a lonely place to be. Trust me, I've been there, done that. But when her entire existence was all about getting Donald Trump, I don't know. I really don't know. This is tough. And I think she's going to go away. I think a lot of these people, if the Republicans do what they say they're going to do, she's in a lot of trouble. She's in a world of hurt, all because she chose to put her career and her entire existence all about getting Trump, right?
Are mad. Why the base is mad at some of the leaders in Washington is not because they're not left enough. It's because, Chuck Schumer came out with no strategy, no forewarning, and just said, we're going to fold on the CR. I mean, I think he could have done a better job of explaining what the strategy was and what we're going to do, but there wasn't anything like that. I think Democrats are learning, and I'm going to agree with you, that Democrats cannot only be the party of resistance. We cannot, we resisted so hard.
Wait a minute. Blake Moore. Oh, my God. I was not going to bring that up, but Blake Moore, it's not funny, but it's funny. This shows why you can't spend this many years in Congress. I'm with you, senor. It should be a part-time job. You should do a couple of terms and you're out. But God, I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But the spiel he took on the floor. I mean, you saw. So when they saw the camera, the security guard or the Capitol Police guy, you saw him see the camera and move his hand. Mitch McConnell. I don't know if you guys saw it. But Mitch McConnell took a fall. Oh, my God. I hate you, Blake Moore. I hate you now. I was not going to talk about that, Blake Moore. But I see that in my head, Mitch McConnell taking that spiel, and it was a spiel, guys. I don't know how he broke that fall, but he did. Black and White Radio. I can't stand you, Blake Moore. We'll be right back.
Life moves fast. Staying sharp, focused, and clear-headed isn't always easy. That's why the same company that brings us Relief Factor has developed something brand new, Think Factor. Think Factor is made to help you think clearer and perform better daily. It's a powerful blend of nutrients that unlock mental clarity and precision, nurture your memory, and boost your attention. With Think Factor, brain power and performance finally meet for lasting daily results. Supercharge your memory and mental sharpness. Your brain is your most valuable asset, powering your creativity, focus, and daily performance. If you're feeling mentally foggy or not recalling things as quickly as you used to, Think Factor could be just what you need to reclaim your cognitive edge. I am so thrilled with the results I personally have received from Think Factor. I'm thinking clearer and better than ever. If you've ever thought, I wish I could be more clear, more focused, try Think Factor today. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800-4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily.
This is Alistair Begg, inviting you to sail with me next September 5th through the 12th, 2026, on the Deeper Faith Norwegian Fjords Cruise. If you've never been to this picturesque part of the world, the sights are magnificent, and the glacier-carved cliffs demonstrate the grandeur of God's creative handiwork. Throughout the journey, I'll be teaching from the Bible. Together we'll learn from the Scriptures, enjoy a week of fellowship and worship, and stop at several ports where we'll stroll through quaint Nordic villages. This is an opportunity to explore scenes you won't soon forget, all while forming new friendships with fellow believers from around the world. Cabins are limited, so call today at 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. I hope to see you on board.
Book today at 560theanswer.com/deeperfaith. Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. I want to play something really quick. I don't know who this guy is, but his name is Chuck.
This guy just said the truth that nobody wants to talk about. Check this clip out real quick.
Racism doesn't have any power.
Chuck, I don't agree with that. People were outwardly racist while Trump was in office. He gave them white people.
Like who?
He made it comfortable for people to be outwardly racist about how they fit. Chuck,
no, he didn't.
The climate was a lot different.
Studies came out about the racial divide trending in the wrong direction in 2000. Obama was entering his second term when the Black Lives Matter movement jumped off. Let's not make it seem like Donald Trump led to this big increase in the racial schism in this country. That happened under Barack Obama. Since we want to go there,
but did it happen?
Since we want to go, it happened. Yes, it did happen. Yeah. We talk about one-way aggression. You allowed to be openly racist towards one particular group of people, and it's white people. Let's call a spade a spade.
White dudes are... White men are the issue.
White men are the biggest threat to America. They are.
You got analysts on MSNBC, CNN openly referring to Donald Trump and his voters as Nazis. Nowhere in popular media do you see white people saying the kinds of things that you see people saying about white people on national television, from Joy Reid, Trevor Noah, Don Lemon, over and over again.
But Chuck,
you don't see that anywhere else.
You can't get on mainstream media and make light of other races doesn't mean that the racial climate is still not what it is.
The reason why the racial climate is what it is because that's what critical race theory seeks to do. It seeks to polarize for the purpose of finding people who are sympathetic to your cause. And you keep on dividing one group onto itself until you create a group of disenchanted, angry, dysfunctional people that you can then use for the purpose of your liberation. That's not my words. Those are the words of Herbert Marcuse himself. Anybody talking about race in this country or talking about critical race theory and have never heard the writings or the words of Herbert Marcuse, you cannot sit at this table and talk because you don't know the theory, you don't know the science.
But like somebody never heard of them, but in their own eyes, they look out into the world and think, yo, that is fishy to me.
I don't give a damn about what you go out in the world and see.
A racial slur was spray painted on the front gate.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is dealing with a racist
noose found in the garage stall of Bubba Wallace.
See, this is all. You get the point. Preach, Chuck. Chuck is amazing. Jenny McGuire.
Hey, John.
The Unsafe Space is coming up next. What you talking about coming up?
Got a lot to talk about tonight, actually. One of the big things that we're going to start off with is we've had a lot of bad things with police officers in the last week, but there's a police officer out of Elgin that has been done wrong.
Really?
He's been done way wrong. He was fired for
don't tell us. I want people to tune in.
Yeah. Well, he's been fired or not fired, on leave. But we're going to talk about why and what happened and what the left side did to him. Okay? Mm-hmm. On top of that, we got, ICE that's been really in the local areas all over Chicagoland. We need to touch on that because, there's a lot of pushback and resistance for them.
Yeah.
And it seems like even some of the right side's on the resistance side. And, after that, it leads into our school systems because that's what I've been seeing this week. So we're going to talk about all that this week.
From a local perspective?
Yeah, it's Chicago area.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you come on right after me, so guys don't go anywhere. Jenny McGuire, I'll let you give your tease.
Yeah. We're going to talk about all this tonight. We're coming on the Unsafe Space. It's going to be me tonight. We're taking callers. Love to have some people jump in on the conversation. And I want to hear what listeners are thinking because I know I can't be the only person out there thinking the rest of the world has gone mad.
That is so true. Now, I want to leave us with, I couldn't believe President Trump said this in the Oval Office.
Offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
See, I think a lot of people took that as he was just talking to Maduro. That was to everybody that's coming. That was to everybody that was coming after him. Guys, thank you. We'll see you next week. We out.
You need a construction company, but who?
Call Crosscom.
A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Crosscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Crosscom.
Call Crosscom.
630